What the is semantic SEO? If you guys have been hearing the term but you don't know what it means yet, this is the video for you. Let's get into it. So before we start talking about semantic SEO, we do need to take a step back to review all the changes that Google has gone through in the past years. Around 15 years ago, you could find a keyword that you wanted to rank for, you could add it to your blog post an ungodly amount of times, and you would rank quite well for that keyword. And that's because back then, Google's search engine was a lot simpler. It would match search queries to keywords that they found present on a page. So this was great for SEOs because it was very hackable, but it didn't always provide the best results for users. And after a variety of Google updates, some of which you might have heard of before, like the Knowledge Graph, Hummingbird, RankBrain, and BERT, Google's search engine changed a lot. Also guys, as a side note, if you guys want detailed breakdowns of these Google updates, then definitely leave a comment in the comment section. After all these updates, a new and much more complex type of search was introduced, the semantic search. So semantic search generates a more accurate search result by understanding the searcher intent, the context of the query or of the keyword that you put in, and the relationship between the words of that search query. So basically, Google now focuses on the meaning behind the search query instead of simply just matching it to any present keyword on a results page. So this seriously improves the user experience since Google understands a lot more what we're searching for and why. But that's great and all guys, so Google's a lot smarter now. People are having a better time searching on Google. But what does that mean for us? What does that mean for SEO or for website owners that are trying to rank on Google? So this is where semantic SEO comes in. Given that the search engine changed, we also want to make changes to our website to continue to show Google that we're a great resource and we should be ranking. So we still want to make sure that we're doing the basics right, and that's investing heavily in high quality content, making sure we have a great website structure, checking that we have great on-page, and of course, investing heavily on high quality backlinks. Those things aren't going to change anytime soon. But if we want to take it up a notch, here's a list of 5 things that we can do to help Google with our semantic SEO. And you definitely want to stick around because I'm leaving the best for last. So at number 1, we want to make sure that we're adding relevant phrases and words and not just keywords. I like using Surfer SEO for stuff like this, link for that in the description, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do. So there's 2 things that we can use Surfer for. The first thing is using the SERP analyzer, as we can see up here. So I've typed in keto recipes, and if I scroll down, I can take a look at popular words, popular phrases, and common words that are present in the top 10 results, right? So I can scroll through and I can take a look at some of the densities. So best recipes, we can see they've written it 3 times, and that's the density present for this competitor, which is the number 2. We can take a look at all these different things. So keto food, carb recipes, keto meals, keto friendly, all these different phrases are present, and these are phrases that I might want to include in my own content. So it gives me ideas that I maybe haven't thought of in terms of words and phrases, which are also very, very important. If we quickly take a look at common words, we see that recipes is mentioned 9 of the 8 pages, diet, recipe, so protein, chicken, breakfast, family, eggs, all these different words are gonna help me improve that context and help Google understand the relevance of that blog post that I'm gonna be writing. A second thing that we can do is if we use Surfer's content editor, there's a little section over here, NLP. So this is Google's natural language processing tool, and it helps to give us ideas of words and phrases that we should be including directly from Google's NLP API, which is actually phenomenal. So that's number 1. We want to make sure that we're adding all those relevant words and phrases. The second thing is we want to make sure that we're adding related questions and that people also ask sections. So if I type in, for example, keto breakfasts, and I scroll down, we're gonna have the section people also ask. So what can I eat for breakfast on ketogenic diet? Is 3 eggs too much for keto breakfast? If we keep clicking on these are gonna keep expanding and we're gonna get a bunch of different new ideas. This is easy content that we can add to our blog posts to add that extra level of relevance. Google knows that a lot of these questions are present for that main keyword, so it's gonna help us a lot in terms of semantic SEO. A third thing we wanna make sure we're doing is internal linking with contextual anchor text. So internal linking is one of those secret SEO superpowers that I honestly feel like people don't talk about enough. Not only does it help users get from point A to point B on your website, but it's a great help in letting that authority flow throughout your website from a page that has a lot of authority and a lot of incoming links to another page that might not have as many. The important thing here is making sure that we have contextual anchor text. So I'll give you guys an example. I've opened up Ahrefs's most recent blog post, and down here we're gonna see this internal link and this is their anchor text. So they're leveraging that anchor text to show Google that direct signal that this is exactly what they're using this internal link for, and this is why it's valuable, right? So they're talking about 7 digital marketing strategies that actually work, and the anchor text is marketing strategy. So this is really well done. And this is another thing that we can do to help Google understand what our website's about. So at number 4, we're looking at structured data or schema markup. So these are really small pieces of code that we can add to our website to help Google understand what our website's about. So even though this isn't a direct ranking factor, I want to show you guys an example of some structured data. So I've typed in parking in NYC, and this right here, this little star rating is a perfect example of structured data. There's a lot of different types of structured data that we can add. I'll be creating a video on that really soon. You definitely want to subscribe for that, but we want to make sure that we've explored all structured data opportunities and we've added as many as possible. This is going to help us getting rich snippets, and it's going to drastically improve our CTR, our click-through rate. And guys, at number 5, and probably the most important thing that we can do to improve our semantic SEO is to focus on topics and not keywords. With all these updates, Google has proven to us that they understand search queries a lot better. So the days of creating content that's specific to any micro adjustment or any micro difference in keywords are long gone, right? So we need to take that into account when we're doing keyword research, and we need to focus on topics and not just on keywords. A really important thing here is developing your topical authority and your topical relevance. You guys should actually check out this video that I made last week specifically about topical authority. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.